Well, as you guys know, we're all about the second gen Dodge trucks on this channel. But snagged on a third gen last night, and it's a late third gen. So it's the ugly one. But I bought it for a really good reason. Well, I bought it for a reason, and I'll take you through that right now. My name's Austin. This is the Mopar Garage, and we build cool stuff in here. Yeah, the 06 to 09 third gen was about the ugliest truck Dodge ever built. It had these headlights that kind of look like a Barbie doll's eyeballs. It had those stupid two bubbles on the taillights that was popular at this time. Chevrolet did that too. And then to top it all off, it's got this winch bumper on here to make it look even worse. So never been a huge fan of these trucks. I don't know. There's a lot to like about it though. It's a 2008 3/4 ton, 4-wheel drive. It's got 345 cubic inches of raw American muscle under the bonnet. It's a Southern truck, so absolutely zero rust. It's in fantastic shape. The paint is actually really nice on it. We just had a little bit of a 4-wheel drive low situation to get out of the previous owner's driveway. So it certainly needs a wash. It's got it's had some love. You know, we're gonna have to pop a couple of those out. It came with 2 additional sets of wheels and tires. We got these aftermarket ion alloys here. I think these are 17s. They are. With some super swampers on there, or some kind of mud bog tire. The old Mud Claw Radial MT. And then we got a set of highway tires. Most of these are actually pretty good shape on stock steel wheels. And then we got on the truck stock steel wheels with some all-terrains on them. This truck runs and drives fantastic. I'm really glad that this taillight is broken, because I am going to put an early third gen set of taillights on this thing, because I hate that they did this. The bumper had an incident with a trailer, and it's unfortunate that this isn't a second gen, because I have so many parts kicking around for second gens. I could just snag up a bumper, but we'll have to find one out of a junkyard used or something. Like I said, a little bit of love here and there on this thing, but again, beautiful condition. Absolutely no rust. Rocker panels are mint on this thing, which is fantastic. She's got just over 200K on the clock. Interior's pretty good. Dashboard's in good shape. Interior, you know, it's got some wear on it, but not too bad. It certainly needs a bath. Got the old trailer brake controller right here. Power windows work, power locks work. Everything works, actually. 4-wheel drive works. It's a really good running and driving truck. It does have the customary Hemi exhaust leak. What happens is these manifolds right here, they warp. And when they warp, it breaks off either the front or the back bolts when they start to warp. It's usually the back ones. It's probably the back ones. They're both leaking on both sides. You got to pull out the wheel liner, and you can get to them. I've done manifolds before on a Hemi, but it was a half ton, so it had A-arms. It's a little tougher to do on these because you got your shock tower in the way. Save the shock tower.
Save the clock tower. Save the clock tower.
Driver's side's harder to do than passenger side. Passenger side, doesn't have the steering shaft in the way, so they're literally right there. But yeah, you pull the tire off, jack it up, and they're really not bad to do. You're gonna have to extract you some bolts out of the back. I'm guessing it's the back one. Yeah, it's the back one. It's usually the back one, but it's always either back or front because they warp. Brakes are pretty recent on it. Absolutely no oil leaks, except for it does have a little seep starting on the driver's side valve cover, but very minor. Underneath, this motor is dry as a bone, which is fantastic. I mean, nothing. The transmission pan is doing its customary seepage. You know, it's doing 545 RE things. But the Hemi 5.7 with the 545 RE transmission is one of the very best drivetrains Dodge ever put in a truck. Bar none. Fantastic, bulletproof, great power, and this thing just goes down the road awesome. Now, what are we gonna do with this old girl, you ask? I don't know. That's kind of up to you guys. Leave in the comments below what I should do. Either way, I'm gonna fix it up a little bit. I'm gonna fix the exhaust manifolds because they sound like hot garbage. This thing has a Flowmaster 70 muffler on it. Sounds great, other than when you start it. I am gonna check the front end out real quick here in a second. See how tight or probably loose that is. But it runs and drives great. I'm thinking maybe we fix up on it a little bit, put a bumper on it, put some taillights in it that don't look so hideous. And we can either flip it or we can keep it to haul projects around. I'm kind of on the fence. It runs and drives so good. It'd be nice to have another 3/4 ton sitting around here. We sold the diesel, so I actually currently don't have a 2500. So it'd be nice to be able to tow stuff. It's got an 8-foot bed, so that's really versatile. I got wheels and tires that I can sell or keep or do something with. I don't know. Comment down below in the comments. This thing is super solid. It doesn't leak at all from the rear pinion, which these things typically do. It doesn't leak a drop from the motor, which all old trucks typically do. So I really like the thing, but I picked it up for a really, really fair price. So I think I can fix a couple things on it and make a few bucks. So that may be the direction it goes. Maybe I fix it, drive it until it sells type of thing. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's check the front end on this thing. Supposedly the driver's side wheel bearing is new. We'll find out in a second here. Let's jack it up and shake it down and see what the front end looks like. All right, she's up on the old jack. Let me know what moves down there when I shake the tire, will you? Ooh, oof, ball joints. What else is moving? Anything? That's tight. Tire rods are tight. Ball joints are toast. Well, we kind of expected that with these big old beats on there, didn't we? All right, how loose are the ball joints gonna be on this side? Oh yeah, loose. You know what though? Tie rod might be okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement in it, but not much. I think some grease would probably save it. But these ball joints are gonna need to be changed. That's okay. If it's a second gen, we had them. We have ball joints sitting around for second gens. Unfortunately, it's not, so I guess we'll have to order those puppies. But other than that, I mean, shoot. Steering box doesn't leak a drop. Look how dry that engine is. I mean, front main seal, rear main seal, oil pan does not leak a drop. Rear pinion, hold on, I'll show you. Rear pinion, dry as a bone. I mean, there's our Flowmaster 70, baby. Look at the frame on this thing. Look at that. I mean, gotta love Southern trucks, right? Just completely still black and painted. I guess what would one of these videos be without firing the new acquisition up? Where is the third gen stuff? Hear those exhaust manifolds? Yep. When it warms up, they go away a little bit. But we're gonna have to address that for sure. But sounds pretty good back here, and you can hear that starting to go away now. It almost goes away completely. It needs a wash. The paint is in really good shape, but yeah, a few things to do. I don't know. I think for now, we're gonna unload these tires, and then, ooh. Oh, look at that. It's a shark. What a rush. How did this guy know I play disc golf? Well, that's a fantastic find right there. I'm going to unload these things so nobody steals them. Throw them in the old garage. Probably list them for sale. If you want them, let me know. And probably take this thing and throw it in the woods somewhere and let it sit around for about a month, because we are within days of having a cylinder head back for the Shelby. So this project will be really rocking and rolling, probably running within the next week or two. So that's fantastic. And actually, by the time you watch this video, that probably will be running, because I'm doing the whole YouTuber thing and doing videos ahead so that I don't have to worry about doing one every weekend. I do a few in a weekend, and then I can take a weekend off. It's fantastic. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below if you haven't already what we should do with this truck. We'll see you guys on the next one.